The iPad Pro lineup is about to get very interesting. This right here is my second attempt at recording this video, my first attempt with my brand new Canon M50. Don't you just love the bokeh on the background? Oh, it's so nice, so crispy. But the first time my microphone wasn't plugged in correctly. Now hopefully it is. If my microphone isn't plugged in correctly, then I'm gonna be sad. I don't get to post a video today. But right now I'm gonna quickly run through all of the latest 2018 iPad Pro rumors because we haven't had an iPad Pro release ever since the ProMotion iPad Pros ever since 2016. And just a little side note before we get into the video, if you've never had hands-on the 2016 ProMotion display iPad Pros, you're missing out because those ProMotion displays, that 120 Hz refresh rate is just so crispy. When you're scrolling through the UI, it is like turning through butter. And if you've ever touched it before, you know what I'm talking about. It is literally butter with a 120 Hz refresh rate. As the rumor has it right now, Apple is supposed to release brand new iPad Pros this October, if not sometime in this fall of 2018. And yes, those iPads are gonna have that wonderful ProMotion display. I'm just not gonna mention that anymore. The reason we're kind of right now thinking of an October timeline is because of the iPhone XR releasing this month. The pre-orders start October 19th and it's officially released October 25th. You gotta mark your calendars for that. It would make sense for Apple to hold a keynote on one of those two Fridays and release the iPad Pros alongside the iPhone XR. And I'm crossing my fingers for AirPower and AirPods too. But what's more likely is these brand new iPad Pros, and let me just tell you all of these features because it's actually surprising. This sentence right here is just kind of like a little breakaway from the iPad Pro rumors, but I'll get to that in a second. But just let me just say, for my first ever video with the Canon M50, it's looking good. The reason I can tell you it's good because I'm looking at the articulating display right now, and I'm looking crispy. Look at that bokeh. Oh. Another reason that we are anticipating brand new iPads to come in this fall or this year, if not October, it's gonna come in November or December, because in iOS 12, in the code, some developers have found specific strings containing 2018 fall iPad. How does that not hint at the 2018 iPad Pros? And not only that, in other parts of the code, it's containing images with a bezel-less iPad instead of an iPad with bezels and a home button. So now we know that we're most likely going to see a refresh to the iPad Pro lineup this 2018 within the next couple of months because we only have October, November, December. Now that we know that, let me tell you all of the rumors. One of the easy rumors out there is that we're going to have two different models of the iPad Pro. One's going to be a 13-inch, kind of representing the 12.9-inch, and one's going to be the 11-inch, kind of representing the 10.5-inch. But remember, these are going to be edge-to-edge LCD displays without a home button. That means just like the iPhone 10 and iPhone XS and XS Max, it's all going to be gestures, and I kind of like that. There is no reason to have a home button when you could just go through the UI with gestures. Just swipe up to the side, notch, there you go. One of the accessories that are iconic to the iPad Pro is the Apple Pencil, and we might be finally seeing an Apple Pencil 2 with wireless support, kind of like the S Pen. If you don't remember, let me give you a little refresher, but the Note 9 just released in August has, of course, its little stylus called the S Pen, but now this year Samsung introduced Bluetooth technology so you can control the Note 9 with different features with the S Pen wirelessly, not even touching the screen. The rumors at this point are supporting an Apple Pencil 2.0, probably with the W3 chips, and very similar to the Apple AirPods. So pretty much the same thing as the AirPods, lock onto the focus right there. Look, so pretty much like the AirPods, the Apple Pencil might just have the W3 chip. Who knows what exact features that Apple could introduce with this Bluetooth Apple Pencil, but that means it's just gonna simultaneously support any iPad that's near it. That's cool. Another huge upcoming change that are coming to the iPad Pros is the way that the ports are going to be located, because we're getting some changes. The good old reliable smart connector, which you just connect keyboards to, is still going to be there, but the headphone jack is now going to not be there anymore. RIP. Apple could always fit a headphone jack on the iPad because of how big the iPad is and how cramped the iPhone is, but it's just going to make the lineup a little bit more uniform. And the other change to the port is adding USB-C. Adding USB-C is kind of doing the exact same thing as removing the headphone jack. It's more uniform among the connectors because if I grab my MacBook Pro over here and I just zoom on those features, And you just take a look at those USB ports on the MacBook Pro, that's now going to be featured on the iPad. And you know what this means? It makes it more like a computer and a laptop instead of a tablet. Not only are you going to get the benefits of just charging with USB-C, which is just nice, small, and reversible. It's a lovely port, but you're also going to be able to display 4K monitors. You're going to be able to import SD cards, micro SD cards, and of course attach that HDMI cable into an external monitor, which I've already said, USB-C adding to the iPad is just a complete smart decision that Apple should have done a year ago. Adding USB-C to the iPad Pro makes it more like a computer, but on top of that, the iPad is also going to have the processing power as a MacBook Pro. With the A12X Bionic chip, that is going to have the powerhouse like a regular laptop. It's going to be insane. Just imagine the iPhone XS performance just increased a little bit. Wow. Apple always leads the market in making their own processors, and the A12X is going to be no different. You could do almost anything on this brand new upcoming iPad Pro. It's going to be a powerhouse. I almost forgot to mention this, but have you ever said to yourself, if you own an iPad, why does the iPad take forever to charge? Well, now that's going to be fixed in the 2018 iPad Pro. Now with that USB-C port on board, you're going to be able to use an USB-C to USB-C cable, and that's going to allow for fast charging. The last thing that might be added to these brand new 2018 iPad Pros is landscape Face ID instead of vertical. Because if you have an iPhone X or an iPhone XS and you're just holding your phone and unlock it with Face ID, you're holding it vertically because that's how you normally hold your phone. You don't normally log into your phone like this and just swipe up to enter the passcode. You hold it vertically. But with an iPad, you're more likely to hold it in landscape. That's why with this latest version, you're going to be able to hold your iPad sideways and still unlock it, which is important because you don't want to always be like holding your iPad like this, because that's sometimes not natural. And yes, even though it's implied because the iPad Pro is going to have Face ID, it's also of course going to have Animoji and Memoji. Just who doesn't love that? But hopefully this video was recorded in the correct format. Hopefully the audio's okay. Hopefully the video's okay. If it all goes to plan, then you should be enjoying this nice blur in the background, which is going to be here for many videos to come. But I'd love your opinion about the rumors for the 2018 iPad Pro in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow for the latest and greatest. This camera is awesome, awesome.